Yeah, my daughter used to say, okay, who's this? Who's singing this? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Who's singing this? I couldn't tell you, but I know the words. I mean, I know the song.
So funny.
Oh, got it. Let's see. I guess.
I've never heard this.
Oh, my God, let's see it.
I've never
You haven't
heard
heard that one?
Welcome to a fresh new episode of MakingRealEstateFun.com. We are honored to be with Troy Golden here with the Golden Group Real Estate. I was going to say something else, but Golden Group Real Estate. So
Thank you.
thank you.
We actually call him Goldilocks.
Is that what we call them?
It is a happy medium. Thanks for the intro. I'm like Taji. I'm also in real estate, but I specialize in commercial. I don't do residential. Like Taji, I help people find their homes, but not residential. A business would come to me to help them find the home for their business. I help businesses find office space.
Man, I thought you sold tree houses.
No tree
So you
houses.
sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I kind of have a specialized niche practice in that I focus on helping guys in the western suburbs find a new location or additional location.
Western of Chicago.
Yes, DuPage County mostly.
Okay.
And usually it's for a place to lease, but sometimes it's also to purchase. And a lot of my clients, I'm the first person that they've ever gone to for a service like this, because they don't even know that they can go to a broker. They don't even know that a broker can do something like this. So that's why I like to come to shows like this. But the landlord will pay my commission, so you definitely want to use someone like me, and you get a better deal because we go around to a bunch of different places and we shop around the tenancy and then create a competitive bidding environment, and then my clients get a better deal that way.
Gotcha.
You beat them up, but nicely and
Yeah.
professionally.
Exactly.
So if my company's lease was up, then you would be the person to either negotiate the new lease or find a new place.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
A lot of times my clients actually stay put. What we'll do is, or my client will say, Troy, I like my place, but the rent's too high. So we will pretend that we're going to move next door, and we'll get a leasing proposal from the guy next door, and then we will ask the landlord to meet or beat that proposal. And then that way, by starting early and by acting like you're going to move, even though the landlord or the tenant doesn't want to move, you get a better deal. Sometimes I get paid, sometimes I don't, but either way, the tenant, my client, definitely benefits.
Oh, that's
You
great.
just gave away all your trade secrets
Right.
here on so if there's any landlords out there, man,
Try, if you're a landlord, do not call Troy, okay?
Well, landlords,
Wah, wah.
I don't work with landlords, although landlords do pay me. Landlords aren't my client.
Gotcha.
Good.
And that's something that is kind of confusing for a lot of my first-time clients because, a lot of brokers only work with landlords, or they'll work with landlords and tenants. And something that I do, which I think makes me better at my job, is that I only represent tenants. And I believe that eliminates a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
And it also makes me better at my job.
So do you preview a lot of these places ahead of time and say somebody goes, oh my gosh, I need 5,000 square feet and I need this, and you already have looked and know what's out there?
Yes.
Okay.
Earlier today, I went on a tour with a client, that had like a very kind of unusual request in that they wanted to have a fiber connection with 2 different carriers.
What?
Not just
Well, that's weird.
they
That's
are
weird.
a payroll processor.
So
And-
one in, one out.
They needed to have a backup because they wanted to have AT&T and Comcast in case one went down, the other was still there because they needed their those checks to go out the next day. Otherwise, their clients would be really upset at them.
You celebrate Christmas?
Yes,
What do you do for Christmas?
I go to the
What about
Jamaica
Thanksgiving?
or-
Well, I mean, got that. You
You
know,
skipped everything.
well, I know. I figured by the time Christmas came around, he's going to be done with his turkey.
Well, the reason why I was telling this story is just because the client went to me, I was able to take her to 5 different properties that all met this really unusual requirement. And that's one of the things, since I'm in the market every day, I can say, okay, these buildings meet that requirement.
Gotcha.
Those don't. If you go do this on your own, if you have an unusual requirement, it's just going to take you a much longer time. Or if you talk to a broker who represents a particular landlord, what they're going to do is they're going to try to sell you on their building because that's their job, and that's what they should be doing, rather than helping you find the property that makes sense for you.
Right.
Right. Very cool.
So, why commercial and not residential?
Well, residential makes, and for me in particular, I think residential makes sense for a lot of people, but I kind of just got in commercial through happenstance, you might say.
I see.
I want to work as a commercial real estate developer,
I
but
see.
I started in during the recession, and
Yeah.
it just wasn't happening.
That was
Exactly.
it. Toast.
So I started in brokerage to try to make a little bit of money, and it turned out I really liked brokerage, and I've never really gone out of it.
So how's that working for you now?
I really like it.
Awesome.
I don't think I'm ever going to get into development because I've learned along the way that it's super risky, and
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I just really like brokerage. So I have my own company now, and I really like helping out my clients find new places. I like helping them solve problems, and I've been doing this for about 6 years now. I know the market really well, and I like talking to people on the phone. And I used to, before this, I worked on political campaigns, and my last candidate, he was in development, and I figured, well, since I managed a campaign, I could probably manage development like he did, but this was in 2008. So when I tried to make that transition, it was during the recession, and there's no money, and I just didn't have any knowledge of real estate at all.
It's a good time to take a left.
Right.
Yeah.
But brokerage has proven to be a pretty good transition because working in politics was very similar to the sales process that I use in relationship sales.
You mean like lying, thieving, and cheating? Was that
Oh,
No, okay.
no.
So, we had a previous guest who
Yeah.
just came before, and I know they asked you this question, so I want to ask you the same thing. What do you do? What do you like to do for fun?
Oh, well, I mean, I usually stay at home with my my wife and kid, but that's
Nothing
not
wrong with that.
that's not a fun answer. So
No, but obviously you do something at the house. You don't just sleep. So what do you
No.
do when you're at home? You watch TV, you read books, you piddle around, you watch HGTV, what?
No,
I-
dude, he's running around like Tom Cruise, Risky Business.
He may not want to answer like
Right. With the socks on, the button-down shirt
And the
on, sliding
underwear.
down.
Yeah.
And yes, that's what's going on.
I play with my kid.
Awesome. That's how old?
He's 10 months old.
Oh wow.
Oh.
That's
Yeah,
you're gonna be
he's-
playing for a long time.
Are you guys dressing him up for anything Halloween? Are you guys doing any Halloween type?
Yeah, we're dressing him up as a cowboy, I believe.
Yeah. That's what we're talking about.
Do you and the wife partake too? Dressing up or not so much?
I don't know. My wife has plans for us for that.
But yeah, wait, we don't need to hear the personal stuff, like dressing up stuff, okay?
Well, what important question? What kind of candy are you passing out?
I think those little Snicker things.
Okay.
Little Snicker bars?
Yeah,
Oh, they're great. Snickers is my favorite.
yeah.
It's my favorite.
I mean,
Along with Kit Kats and M&M peanuts and about half a dozen other pieces of candy that have chocolate in them. Awesome.
If a guy shows up to your house looking like a somewhat decent vampire, but kind of resembling me, it's not me going to your house for the Snickers bars. I'm just saying, because I want you to know that that's not me.
okay.
Okay, all right. Sorry.
So wait,
guys heard it. I'm
So,
putting that out
so
there.
when you're going, are you going to be wearing a mask?
I'm not going. I just finished saying.
I don't believe
If you
that.
happen
Okay.
to see a
If you
vampire,
happen to see, it's not me.
Right.
Okay? If you happen to see.
About 5'9" or so, 10, and
Yeah.
about that medium build, and
Right.
yeah. Okay.
Not me.
Cool.
Okay? So, not.
so you guys go all out for decorations and stuff?
Well, we will in future years, but this year's been a little hectic because with the new kid
With the
and
baby, of
new
course.
house, we bought a house, and
That's awesome.
yeah, it's good. We're a little behind on the fun stuff for the
As long as you're not behind on the mortgage, you're
No,
okay.
we're not behind on the mortgage.
All right, cool.
But and we managed a pumpkin, and that's basically it.
Hey,
That works.
So, something you guys may not know, he just had a birthday recently.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Had this really cool party. That was the first time that I got to see his house. It was pretty awesome. Wife made some delicious vittles, some delicious food.
What's a viddle? You say viddle?
Vittles.
I don't know what a
Hey,
viddle.
you don't know what vittles are?
Come on, everybody knows
Oh, God,
vittles.
where are you from?
What's a viddle?
It's just
It's food. It's
it
a
like-
bunch of food. It's
So
called
it's like-
vittles.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Is that
vittles. Look it up in a dictionary. Oh, they don't use dictionaries again anymore. Oh, try like
I'm gonna have to
Google.
type it in my
Wiki-
Google
Wikipedia,
machine.
right.
What's a viddle?
Wikipedia.
What the hell is a viddle?
I don't know what a viddle. Exactly. Our
Vittles.
cameraman doesn't know what a viddle is.
Oh,
I am
come on,
not the
really?
only one.
You don't even know what a viddle is?
Exactly.
Oh, my
Thank you.
Good Lord.
Now, at the party, was it introduced as here's vittles?
I think matter of fact, it was Happy Birthday, Troy. Vittles. It just said vittles, right? Yeah, it was a bunch of.
How do you spell it?
Exactly.
Try VIDDLES. Try that.
Oh wait,
Oh, wow. Is that?
Google Images doesn't even know what it is.
Exactly.
Well, because vittles is everything.
Everybody
Everything
knows
is food.
it. Everybody knows what
Including
vittles is.
grits, chicken,
Is that it?
Vittles.
vittles. Food. It's
It's
food.
just food.
Okay,
It's
so instead of food, it was vittles.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, but vittles is food.
Vittles, exactly.
Okay,
But food isn't vittles.
but food
It's,
isn't
it's
vittles.
southern slang for vegetables or other food that have vital nutrients.
Which includes grits.
Vittles.
Grits is good.
Okay,
I like vittles. And I
You
also
like anything to eat. What are you kidding me?
I learned something
This is true.
today.
That's
I
good
know what
stuff.
a viddle is.
Very cool. So, all right. So, if people need to get in touch with you, Troy, how would they get in touch with you?
Well, if they ever forget, just Google search Troy Golden, commercial real estate should pop up. But my cell is 630-805-2463. Website is goldengroupcre.com.
CRE, what's that for?
Commercial real estate.
Ah, yes.
Okay.
I knew that.
I knew that
I
too.
knew that before
but I just
viddle.
figured I'd have to ask him.
Okay.
You know. Gives me
This has
something.
been another exciting episode of MakingRealEstateFun.com. Thank you guys for
We'll see you
watching.
next time.
Ciao.